Welcome back to another episode of the Todd Durkin Impact Show. And I am fired up today because today I'm talking to the kiddos. I'm talking to all the young kiddos. I'm talking of kids of all ages. And you might be a big kid right now, but if you're a parent, I want you to make sure that your kids listen to this, whether in middle school, they're high school, hey, they're in college, they're always your kids, right? And you're going to glean some great content today if you are a parent. But I am specifically going to be talking to the kiddos today. As a matter of fact, I'm recording this here in early August. And normally, I'd be out on a football field coaching the high school kids at this point. The NFL guys have all departed for training camp, and football would have started on July 30th. But here in the state of California, they have delayed the start of all fall sports until December, so it'll become a winter sport. And depending on what state you're listening into, some states have fall sports, some are completely canceled, and some are delayed. We are in the delayed category. So a few things. Number one, as all these kids start to listen in and they scuttle around because you're like, get over here, Johnny, Mary, come on over, listen to what TD has to say today. I've been being called to talk to the kids because I first want to make sure that we acknowledge the 4 months, 5 months that these kids had to do virtual school and now are preparing elementary all the way up through college, have virtual training. I want to acknowledge, first off, number one, surviving through this very difficult time and getting through it, because we will get through this. We will get through this. I've mentioned that many times before, but we will get through this. And then secondly, as we approach the fall, we're going to be virtual primarily in many school districts nationwide and worldwide as well. And that's going to take a specific mindset. And I'm going to address the mindset today. As a matter of fact, I have 5 points today in talking to kids. And again, you're going to get some great content as parents. But when we look at that, when we look at the mindset of what's happening, I've had literally dozens of parents ask me, hey, Todd, can you talk to my kid? Yes, I will. I'm going to talk to them through this podcast. And I've had a lot of kids come up to me and say, hey, coach, I'm a junior, I'm a senior in high school, and I'm trying to earn a scholarship, or I'm trying to put this on my college admissions. When I get ready to go to school, I'm going to play a sport, or I'm in music, or I'm an actor or actress, whatever it may be. But I don't have school now. My activities are canceled. What should I do, coach? What should I do, coach? Well, here are my 5 things that must be done by our kids today. Number one, I'm going to jump right into this. Number one, kids, don't lower your expectations or your work ethic right now. I want you to heighten your dreams. Let me repeat number one. Don't lower your expectations or your work ethic. I want you to heighten your dreams. Now, check this out. What is your dream? What is your dream? Today, I want to stir the juices inside of your heart and your soul and your mind that you have a worth, you have a life that is worth telling a story about. You have a dream inside of you that's special. Check this out, this quote. Be miserable or motivate yourself. Whatever has to be done, it's always a choice. So when you look at your dream, be miserable or motivate yourself, whatever has to be done, it's always a choice. Choose to live the dream that you set out for, whether it be 6 months, a year from now, whatever it may be. Also, if your dreams don't scare you, they're too small. Kids, now's a great time to dream. You're like, coach, what are you talking about? A great time to dream. Like, I have virtual school. My fall sports season was just canceled. Yes, I'm telling you as your virtual coach today that you got to dream big, and they should scare you. You're like, yeah, but that's too far away, 5, 6 months away. Don't worry about it. That's why we're here today, to talk about getting your mind right. If you can dream it, you can do it, says Walt Disney. Y'all know who Walt Disney is. If you can dream it, you can do it. What is that dream? James Dean says this, and I love this one. Dream as if you'll live forever. Live as if you'll die today. Dream as if you'll live forever, and live as if you'll die today. Now, none of us, regardless of your age, like to think about dying. But we all love to think about living, and we all love to think about dreaming. So dream more, and live life now for these next few months. as the dream becomes alive. Think about that. And then lastly, dreams don't work unless you do. John Maxwell talks about that. Dreams don't work unless you do. And here's why I wanted to address this today, because bottom line is this, and it goes to my number 2. Take advantage of the time that we have right now. Number 2 is take advantage of the time right now. Because when you talk about your dream, if you're either going to waste the next few months going to virtual school for a few hours a day or 6 hours a day, and you're going to actually get smarter and you're going to learn, and you're not going to give excuses that the teacher, wasn't a good teacher virtually, or the coach wasn't a good coach virtually. I'm going to put it on each and every one of us. Again, whatever has to be done, it's a choice. You choose to learn. You choose to get better. You choose that you're going to go out and you're going to train, you're going to exercise, you're going to read more books than what is required to you. You're going to reach out to that teacher and ask for some additional help. It comes down to a choice of you. You're either going to get better or you're going to get worse. Don't stay the same and don't get worse. I want you to get better. Take advantage of the time that you have in the next few months, starting now here in August. Now, how do you take advantage of your time? What are some things that we can do? All of us. We can read books. Matter of fact, I've set a goal that I'm going to read 6 books in the next 90 days. 6 books. Usually it's 1 a month. Now I'm upping it. I'm doubling down, learning. Okay? That white belt mentality that we talk about. Take advantage of time. You're training. If you are an athlete, whether you're an athlete in the youth, high school, college, or you're a weekend warrior athlete, you're a fitness enthusiast, you got to be training now. You got to be praying more than ever before. Matter of fact, I talk about having more conversations with God. We've got time. It's always been an excuse. I don't have time. We have time now. Most people around the world, you don't have as many commitments with your athletics or your after school activities or your band or your drama, whatever it may be. What can you learn? Can you learn to cook? Can you volunteer with an organization right now? Now's the time to get more comprehensive as well. Perhaps you start a journal. Ooh, a journal? Yeah, a journal. Well, how do you journal, Coach? You get out a notebook. And in the morning, you spend 3 or 4 minutes writing down some questions and answers. And in the evening, you do the same thing. Well, that sounds like more work. Yes, it is. But if you want to be special, if you want your dreams to come true, then you start a little writing process. You start a little journaling process. Matter of fact, let me give you a couple questions that you can focus on. Number 1, in the mornings when you get up prior to 9 o'clock in the morning, what you do, what are you grateful for? Number 1, what are you grateful for? Number 2, what must you accomplish today, young boy or girl, young man or woman? What do you need to accomplish today? Number 3, what's your mantra of the day? I'm going to dominate the day. I'm going to be a good brother or sister. I'm going to be a good father or husband. My mantra is be strong, be courageous, whatever that may be. And then in the evening, you're going to say, what you write down in your notebook or your journal, what were my wins today? What were my wins? What went well today? You write that down, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that went well today. Number 2, what conversations did you have that were meaningful? What conversations were special to you? You write them down. And then the last one is, what must you do tomorrow to make tomorrow a winning day? Now, I love that because then you're going to sleep. You're already thinking ahead. When you wake up, you're going to get vertical quick the next morning. And you're like, man, I'm ready to rock and roll because you think about, already, I have to do this one thing. So those are 6 questions, 3 in the morning, 3 in the evening. You could take your journal. And if you do those things, that is a habit that you could begin to establish some habits now in these next few months this fall. And by the way, if you are going to school and you're back in school, or you do have fall sports, then you can still do these exercises as well. You could take 3 minutes in the morning and 3 minutes in the evening and do these types of exercises as well. The third thing of my 5 is you gotta work out. Hoo-hoo-hoo. I love that. You gotta work out. Kiddos, when you talk about working out, I'm going to address right now specifically the high school and college folks. And I'm telling you, everyone listening in right now, I don't care if you're 7 years old or you're 70 years old, you must be exercising and training right now. Your personal care is mandatory, but specifically to those kids who have either DM'd me, emailed me, texted me, called me, came to the gym, found me on social media, whatever it is, and you say, coach, how do I get better? Well, that mentality and mindset right now of, I'm going to seize the day and I'm going to take advantage of the opportunity that exists right now. Somewhere between 3 to 5 times a week, you are training. If you are, depending on your sport, right? Depending on your sport, you're training between 3 to 5 days a week. And that consists of both strength and conditioning. 3 times a week, minimally, of strength and conditioning. Conditioning is running, okay? I don't want a bunch of athletes who are just lifting and not getting in better shape. And if you're not an athlete, guess what? You can still train because it's going to get you better in your activities, because exercise is going to get your body stronger and it's going to get your mind right. Oh, I said mind right. Yes, it'll get your mind right. Well, how do you do that? Just as a simple reminder, when you're exercising right now, you warm up for 3 to 5 minutes. And then what you do, I love to do 5 to 10 minutes of what I call just some neuromuscular activation, neural activation. I grab a light medicine ball, and I do this with all my young athletes. When I say young, I'm talking on even my own kids, 17, 15, and 12. I'm talking even my college athletes. 5 to 10 minutes of medicine ball throws and plyometrics. So I'm warmed up, I'm ready to rock and roll. I do my dynamic warm up, and then I'm starting to do some some neural training, some neuromuscular training. And the plyometrics consists of either things like squat jumps, lunge hops, on that. But if you have a medicine ball, even 3-pound, 6-pound ball, you can do med ball work, meaning med ball slams, med ball throw-ups in the air, med ball bucket tosses into a wall. This all activates the body and the mind and wakes up the nervous system for what is about to occur, your strength training. And 20 to 30 minutes of strength training is what you need. See, sometimes kids think annihilation is a good thing, and you're just going to annihilate your body because you're going to lie down when you're done and you're going to be shot. What I always say is stimulate, don't annihilate. Stimulate, don't annihilate. So when you talk about stimulate, don't annihilate, it doesn't mean you need 2 hours in the gym all the time. The other day, my middle son, Brady's like, Dad, I got a phenomenal workout. I was in there for 2 hours. I said, yeah, but how much of that time were you actually like on your IG and on your social media working? He laughed at me. He said, yeah, I worked the whole time, Dad. Well, listen, that's fantastic, kiddos. But what I always say is this: you don't need 2 hours in the gym to get a great workout in. If you're working and you're getting after it, a great 45 to 60-minute workout is all you need. And if you get 30 to 40 minutes in between your 5-minute warm up and your 5 to 10 minutes of med ball throws, and then your 20 to 30 minutes of strength training, and then a great stretch at the end, that's a great session. And if it's a day where you're not lifting weights, if you're of puberty or beyond, right? 12, 13, 14, depending on, when puberty sets in for you, then you can do the 20, 30 minutes. Becomes conditioning, your linear speed or your change of direction training on that becomes your 20, 30 minutes of actual potentially sport-specific work or your speed and agility type work on that. And then if I'm talking about working out in number 3 here, the third of my 5 points, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about nutrition. Ooh, let's talk nutrition, boys and girls. Yeah, nutrition. When it comes to nutrition, most kids need to eat more. Boys and girls, I'm talking to you. Okay, it's not 2 meals a day. It's getting up early and eating breakfast. If you are in school, you need to eat breakfast before going to school. That means at 6:30 in the morning. Oh my gosh, that sounds so early for some of you all. Like, oh my gosh, 6:30. I don't know if I could readjust back to that schedule. You'll adjust. Okay, we can do it. But getting up and eating, making sure you get that 5 times a day, you're eating either a meal or a snack, and good snack. So every 3 to 4 hours, you're eating something on that. And breakfast is the most important part of the day. I always say you got to eat your biggest meal earliest in the day on that. Your water intake, half your body weight in fluid ounces minimally in pure water, not juice. That doesn't count. Not Gatorade. That doesn't count. I'm talking pure water is absolutely essential And the other thing is this, when it comes to taking a look at your working out and your nutrition and all that you're doing, I think it's important when you're looking at this is you're not just really counting calories on this. I don't want you counting calories. I don't necessarily want you on the scale. Don't measure your progress by your scale. I want you to measure your progress by how strong you're getting, by how fast you're getting, and your performance and how you're feeling on that. Because girls, boys, we don't want to be placing our self-worth and our self-esteem on just how we look. And let me tell you, I know the pressures out there today are not easy, because everyone wants to, quote, look good, or you're looking at Instagram or Snapchat or TikTok, and all that is there, and you're looking at that. But listen, health starts from the inside out. Let me repeat, health starts from the inside out. Your training starts from the inside out. Your strength and conditioning starts from getting your mind right, getting your heart right, and getting your soul right, so you can get out there and crush your workouts on that. So that's really, really important. That's number 3 on that. And make sure you go back, if you have not listened to episode 104. Drew Brees is talking about a conversation with Tom House and I that we did on the previous episode, I believe it was 102, about the power of play. About the power of play. If you're in a sport right now, perhaps you are practicing your sport right now for the fall. If you're not, because fall sports may be delayed or canceled in your state, then the power of play is loosening up and playing, and not always having to structure your time to be so serious. So get out there and play and have fun. Number four, perhaps my favorite, get your mind right. Number 4 is get your mind right. Here, let me tell you what doesn't work. Here's what doesn't get your mind right. TV time doesn't get your mind right. Excessive Netflix time or gaming time. Now, don't turn it off. Don't stop listening. Gaming, and I'm talking gaming. I'm even talking Madden. I'm talking Call of Duty. Keep listening. I promise you I'm going to get you better, but you got to stay tuned in. Dial in on these things right now. Including excessive scrolling on social media. Hey, social media, we all want to be social, especially now when we've got, social distancing. We all want to be together and having some social media, Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, and I enjoy some of those as well. But making sure that you're not on it too much. What's on it too much? Listen, I know kids at the high school level who are on games, 4+ hours a day, and are going into the wee hours of the morning. Listen, if you want to get better and you want to take these next few weeks and months to get better, I'm going to challenge you to change a habit. And that's not easy. But the more time that you spend going to bed prior to midnight, you're going to get better sleep. And better sleep leads to regeneration and regrowth, so your body can be stronger and can get leaner and fitter. So if you're gaming at 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, oh, am I speaking to you? Oh, am I speaking life into somebody right now? Kiddos, listen up. Don't tune out. These are the things that we got to make sure we do. These are habits that, if you just keep doing them, are going to be ultimately detrimental to your own health and your own productivity. And I don't want you to not live up to your potential. I want you to live up to your potential. And your same habits that could be pulling you down, if you can turn them around, we can flip that switch and we can get you back on track. But it's going to take you making sure you have the work ethic, you take advantage of the time that you're working out, you train hard. And one way to get your mind right, by the way, is training. If you have some great workouts most days of the week, 4 or 5 days a week, and you're working out, 3 to 5 times a week, guess what? You're going to want to go to bed earlier than what you're going to bed now if you're not training. And again, those 45 minutes to an hour, perhaps a little bit longer if you're doing some sport training right now. If you're pushing yourself at the level that you should be, you will be tired and fatigued at the end of the day. Instead of some of those things I mentioned, here's some things that you can do. You can listen to a podcast just like this. You can listen to positive messages, not just from myself, but some of my friends that have great podcasts. If you're going to listen to that, The Rock's got some great content. Steve Furtick, Pastor Steve Furtick. I love his work. Hey, girls, listen to my friend Trish Blackwell, The Confidence podcasts. Trish Blackwell has a great podcast for girls who are looking to raise up their self-esteem and confidence. And our girls today need that. Our boys today need that. They need to find positive role models. So listen to podcasts such as this, and Trish and Pastor Furtick, and I have a list in my show notes as well of other great ones that you can listen to as well. Bottom line is this: get your mind right. Know that there are opportunities right now to get better. They might be delayed a few months, and that's hard when we don't want to delay our gratification. That's one of the hardest things to do, is delay gratification. It's a skill, though, that if you can learn, I promise you that you will be a better boy or girl, a better man or woman. And hey, you might be listening right now in your 40s or 50s, and you're like, amen, TD, amen, amen, amen. So there are opportunities right now, and you can't afford to not get better. You can't afford to not get better over the next 4 months. I don't want you stagnant. I don't want you mediocre. And there may be some habits that we need to modify and change. And that's going to take some uber discipline on that. Find out what you love to do and do it, and have the discipline to do the things that you don't feel like doing. Not everyone loves to do everything, but if it's going to help you get to where you want to go, you got to dream big. What's it going to take to get there? It's going to take a lot of hard work. It's going to take discipline and sacrifice. And when the structure isn't the way that you're used to, of going to school from 7 a.m. to 2:30 and then having your after school activities, whatever that may be, music, band, sport, whatever that may be, you've got to create that structure in your day right now. And the last one, number 5, is a question. Are you bored? Or are you getting better? Are you bored, or are you getting better? When this pandemic is all over, I'm going to ask you a question. And this is what I'm going to ask you. Did you get better during this pandemic? Did you learn new skills during this pandemic? Did you get stronger? Did you get faster? Did you enhance your skills, your acting, your singing? Did you create content that was positive? Did you go deeper on your own faith? And did you talk to God more? Were you a better brother or sister? Did you start, or did you write in a journal 3 minutes in the morning and a couple minutes in the evening before going to sleep? Did you write maybe a handwritten letter to a teacher or a coach or a family member to make a positive impression on them? Or did you sleep until noon, watch TV and scroll the IG? And did you not work out? That weakens your mind. That makes you soft physically and mentally. Today, my friends, today is the day that you declare that you will no longer wait for this pandemic to be over. When you listen to this now, whether it be in August or September, I want you to declare that right now, today, you're going to do something about it, and that opportunity does exist. Can you feel me? Opportunity does exist. Do you understand what I'm saying? That today those habits change. And when I meet you in a few months, kiddos, or early next year, or in a few years, I want you to tell me how you use this time to get better. I want you to come up to me and say, hey, Coach Durkin, this is what I did after I listened to that podcast, because it left an impression that I needed to change this habit and start doing these things. But you got to promise me something. You got to promise me that you're not going to feel sorry for yourself, that there's no need to receive instant gratification right now. You need to promise me that you're going to fall in love with the process. I know it's tough. I know, but I promise you it'll serve you for the rest of your life. You got to promise me that you're going to continue to battle, that you're going to get through this battle, that you're going to choose to hang out with buddies and people who are going to lift you up and not cut you or other people down. And you got to promise me that you are going to be a positive force on this planet. Yes, you are going to be the positive force, the transformation that this world needs. And I don't care if you're 12, if you're 15, you're 17, you're 19, you're 25, you're 55, you're 75. You are the positive force on this planet. And repeat after me right now. I am special. God designed me uniquely and gave me gifts that I must have the courage to share. I will always stand up for what is right. Are you repeating after me? I want you repeating. I will fight like mad to abstain from the things that are going to lead me down the wrong path. I am beautiful from the inside out. I am strong from the inside out. And when I'm down, I'm going to get back up. And when I'm up, I will pull and lift others up with me. I will always do my best. And I will never, ever give up, even in the toughest times. And now is that time. My friends, today, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for what you do. Kiddos, you got to stay strong. You got to stay strong. And I felt compelled to share with you today, kids, to do those 5 things. Number 1, don't lower your expectations of your work ethic. As a matter of fact, I want you to dream God-sized dreams, big dreams. Number 2 is take advantage of this time. Take advantage of right now and make sure, whether you're in season, you're out of season, there's virtual school, there's real school, I want you to make sure that you're getting better and doing things that are going to allow you to be your best. Number 3 is I want you to make sure that you are training. At least 3 times a week, 3 to 5 times a week, you're training, that you're eating right, you're sleeping better, and you're changing some of the habits that you must eradicate from your life so that you can raise on up. Number 4 is get it right, get it tight, and get your mind right. You got it. I heard y'all. I heard you out there. And whatever that takes, know that opportunities does exist. And the last one, number 5, I just talked about it. Are you bored or are you getting better? And if you're listening to this, you are a mind right maniac. You're a fire-breathing dragon. I know that today you recommit yourself to getting better. If you're bored, you take those 4 principles above and you start to take them into action. And I promise you today that you will get better. Until next time, remember, train hard, eat right, live inspired, and create massive impact. Love you guys. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed that session. I was pumped up to deliver because I've been being called to talk to the kiddos all around the country and all around the world. And all you parents out there who hit me up, thank you so much. And all you kids, continue to DM me and ask me the questions, whether it be on strength, nutrition, sports-specific exercise that you may have. I always love hearing from you and making sure that we're developing tomorrow's leaders today. And do me a favor, hit this up. Take a picture of it right now and make sure you tag me, whether it be on Instagram. I know you kids aren't on Facebook, but you parents are. And make sure you share it with all your friends. And lastly, if you're looking for a workout program and you have not a workout program, don't forget, I do have Get Yoked. Get Yoked. I created it in April 2020 here, and it's a great program. A lot of adults have been through it, and a lot of kids have been through it. It's primarily body weight, but it's a great, challenging program I do with my 3 kids, and it's all on your tablet or on your phone. If you go to ToddDurkinUniversity.com, ToddDurkinUniversity.com, you can check out all the details. It's a 30-day program, and I promise you that it will get your mind right, it'll get your body right, and it's going to motivate you for the next 30 days. So stay dialed in. Check it out. It's called ToddDurkinUniversity.com. It's my Get Yoked program. But until next time, remember, you got to keep working, keep getting better, and I can't wait to see you on the rebound. Peace and God bless.